Welcome back. Gayle is with us again from Barron, Wisconsin, where she's covering the dramatic return of Jayme Closs. Few people will ever be able to understand what Jayme is going through right now and what she has to contend with in the days to come. Someone who can understand is Elizabeth Smart. In 2002, 14-year-old Smart was kidnapped from her home in Salt Lake City, Utah. She was held captive by a married couple in their home for 9 months before being rescued. Smart is now a child safety activist, and she joins us this morning from Park City, Utah. Elizabeth, good morning.
Good morning.
It's so good to see you. And Jayme's family is telling us that she's doing as well as can be expected. But based on your experience, what are some of the emotions that she may be feeling right now?
Well, right now is a very sensitive, very important time for her to sort of rebuild those connections with her family. I mean, her family's been torn apart in such a brutal way that now is just vital that she has that time with her family to reconnect, to rebuild that foundation, to have that support so that she can move forward, so that she can move on with her life.
It's incredible to hear some of the details that are just coming out about Jayme, who's just 13. What does it take mentally and emotionally to try and escape the person who is holding you captive?
I mean, she is just incredible, what she's been through and how she was able to escape, and she's truly a hero.
Elizabeth, I know that the sheriff just told us that you've reached out to him and that you've reached out to the Closs family as well. They were all very glad to hear from you. What did you want to say to them?
Well, I want them to know that anything I can do, I am more than happy to help them, and I admire them all, and I feel like everyone loves and supports them and wants to help them in every way we can. And at the same time, I think it's really important that we all give them the space and the privacy that they need to rebuild their foundation right now.
One thing that you said that really struck them was that Jayme is not going to be the same person, that she is different now, and that she has to start her life anew. And I also remember something you said that your mother said to you when you returned home. Can you share that, please, with the audience?
Absolutely. My mother told me after I returned that what these people had done was terrible, and there weren't words strong to describe how wicked and evil they are. They'd stolen 9 months of my life that I'd never get back, but the best punishment I could give them was to be happy, was to move forward. And I think in Jayme's case, the same is true. I mean, she will not be able to go back to who she was before she was kidnapped. I mean, she will never be able to just return to life before. But that doesn't mean that that's what has happened needs to destroy her future or needs to define her future.
And Elizabeth, as with in your case, this has really brought the community together. What can those around Jayme do now to make sure that they treat her in a way that's respectable, that's respected, and that she feels confident in moving forward and not bad the way you sometimes were made felt?
I think it's really important, and as with any victim, to really think about the way that you speak to victims. And if you ask questions, really think about what you're saying, because for years, whenever people would ask me, oh, you were brought down in public before, and why didn't you run, and why didn't you scream? For years, my brain didn't actually hear that question. When it would hear the words, why didn't you? I actually heard, you should have, which made me feel guilty, which made me feel like I didn't do enough to survive, when in fact, I'm not ashamed of anything I did, because ultimately I survived and I'm here today, and the same is true of each and every victim.
You say that even making small choices for Jayme is important for her recovery. Why is that?
While I was kidnapped, I didn't get to decide when or what I ate or drank or where or where I slept or what I was able to wear. All those decisions were made for me. I felt like I was completely powerless. And so when I came home, having the ability to make choices again, I mean, even small choices like what cereal I ate for breakfast or what shoes I'm going to wear that day, that was a big deal for me because I was so controlled.
Elizabeth, do you want to meet with Jayme in person?
I would be happy to meet with Jayme in person, but that being said, if she wants space and she doesn't want to talk to me, that is completely fine. I will never presume to push myself upon anyone.
So much wisdom, so much that you've already shared with us, and I know can help her. So we thank you so much for joining us this morning. Elizabeth Smart, thank you.
Thank you.
And the family is hoping that that meeting does occur.